Okay, now we're going to complete the square. Here's a squared minus 8a minus 9 equals 0. Okay, it even tells you you have to complete the square, so you don't even have to notice that you're going to have to. You don't have to try to factor it and then find out. So we already know we have to complete the square. We need to take the number to the other side. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. And then we're going to leave a space here for what we need to add. A squared minus 8a, leave the space, is equal to 9. Remember, what we add to both sides is half of the b and square it. Our b is negative 8. So half of negative 8 squared, negative 8, half of it is negative 4. Negative 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. We're going to add 16 to both sides. Okay, this is running out. That's not good. Okay, 9 plus 16 gives us 25. Nice, pretty number. This side is something times itself. We have the a, and 16 is 4 times 4. This part right here is what we're going to put in there. We need the negative 4s. This is itself, so instead of writing both of them, we'll put it as squared. And we're going to do the square root of both sides to get rid of the squared. Square root, square root. Okay, that leaves us with a minus 4 equals the plus or minus square root of 25, which is 5. So we're going to add 4. So a is 4 plus or minus 5. So one answer, 4 plus 5, 9. The other answer, 4 minus 5, negative 1. Now we have one of those completing the square, so you won't have to do it but one time. Okay? The next one, it says to try factoring it first, and if not, use the quadratic formula. But you're not going to want to try to factor it because that's the section we didn't do. Let me show you this problem. 3m squared plus 6m plus 2 equals 0. This is where it would be 3m times m for our first term, and we didn't cover that section. So you're going to use the quadratic formula. And we'll go ahead and put it on the board for you, but you're going to need to remember how to use it. Oh, you're going to do it over there, huh? Go ahead and write it down and take it with you. Here's your quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 ac over 2a. I'm going to use another pen because that was running out. Okay, the a is 3, the b is 6, and the c is 2, right? Okay, so we're going to do negative b plus or minus, put the square root sign along one, b squared, that is 6 squared, minus 4 gonna have an A and a C in here. The A is 3 and the C is 2. Over 2 times A. A is 3. 2 times A. Okay? Now we have -6 plus or minus square root. 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times 3 is 12 times 3, times 2, sorry. 12 times 2 is 24. Okay, and then we have 2 times 3 on bottom is 6. Okay, so you have -6 plus or minus, what is 36 minus 24? 12 over 6. The people that did the homework and had questions on it, this was one of them that they were needing some help on how to simplify from here. The 12 you can still factor out. It could be square root of 4 times square root of 3. You cannot just cancel right here, okay? The only way you can cancel is if you have a full factor, if you can factor something out of the top. Okay, this part right here, we have the -6 stays in the front, plus or minus. Square root of 12 turns into square root of 4 times square root of 3. And we still have 6 on the bottom. Okay, square root of 4 is 2. So we're going to have, I'm going to bring this up here. Okay, we're going to have -6 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 3 over 6. We can factor 2 out of the top. So we're going to put 2 times -3 plus or minus 2, no, 2's factored out, so the 2's not there anymore. Just the square root of 3. So there's -6 plus or minus 2 square root of 3. And then 6 is on bottom. Now that you have the 2 factored out, you can cancel. But you can't do it from here. It's got to be where you factor it out. So now we can divide by 2 on the top and bottom. And our answer is right there. -3 plus or minus square root of 3 over 3. You can't do this, okay? You can't do any canceling here. Don't try to do that. Okay, so if you are working on the homework still, you need to remember that you have to factor before you can cancel. Okay, here's another quadratic formula. 5n squared. Let me see if this one shows darker. 5n squared equals -10n minus 4. Before you get an A, B, and C to put into the quadratic formula, you need it. You need it in descending order. You need everything on one side. So we need to add 10 in and add 4 to cancel these out. So we're going to have 5n squared plus the 10n and plus 4 equals 0. 5n squared plus 10n plus 4 equals 0. So now we have our A, B, and C. Quadratic formula, -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 AC